Dun, dun, dun. Ow, my ankle. Let me just sit down.
Trash. And I feel like I had hit rock bottom in my life.
More wasted time.
Yeah.
What have I been doing? Getting a life. I don't know.
Right.
Like, I feel good. I know that I couldn't.
So good.
Dun, dun,
So good.
dun, dun,
I got you.
dun, 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 dun. So today we're going to talk about something that I like to call the sex drought. What is the sex drought?
Well, essentially, I believe we can all agree the sex drought is just going with a period of time without any type of
A little
sexual
breaky. A little
relations.
breaky, yeah.
Yeah. I like to think of it as winding down, taking a step back.
Yeah. For some people it's unexpected and for some people it's planned out, right?
Well, I mean, in the sense of, is it your choice to go through a sex drought, or is it...
If it just happens, like it just happens.
You
It's
just realize
like,
it's been a while.
before you know, you're like, damn, we're like, it's been a minute. Like, what have I been doing? Getting a life? I don't know.
Right.
Like,
I mean, or maybe you've just been getting rejected and things like that work out.
there's that too. Unfortunately, there's that too.
I guess that's where we can start with each ground of our discussion for now.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so I feel like I've had both sides of the experience. Do you feel like...
In what way?
Like, I've gone moments where I've wanted some and I couldn't get some, and then I've gone with moments where I just chose not to get some because I can't deal with some people. Right. And then there's other moments where, you know, each has their own experience. We'll talk about the ones where I guess it's not your choice, right? Because for a girl, it's a little bit more different than the male experience, I would say. You know, men always pursuing sex.
But they're usually they just be horny, bro. This is just what it is. But
what about
again, self-control? Self-control.
Nah, let's talk about the people that need to. Some people need to take a drought. Need to take a break.
They need a breaky.
Yeah, some people, like when some girls be going out without it, and
just out and about.
Yo, they go without it, and then oh my god, I haven't had sex in like 2 days. Like, girl,
2 days is 2 days.
2 days.
I do.
Whereas men is like, damn, girl, like, damn, 2 days.
Right, like 2 days. You can't wait 2 days, bro.
I mean, I don't know. Who are we to judge? But we each have our own experience. I remember one time I was going through a little drought of my moment. And the worst part of when you're in a drought is when you're in the drought and then, like, you finally get it. And ironically, yeah, it's continuity. The show must go on. Story time. So, I was going through a little drought with myself. And I feel like the worst thing about when you're going through a drought is when you finally get some and it's trash.
And it's a disappointment.
Yo, it's fucking trash. It's waste of time. Waste of time. Why? No. Like, trash. Trash.
Don't waste my time.
Dude, I'm better off flicking my bean.
Wait, but what was the worst part about it, if you don't mind?
I've had several experiences, unfortunately, that I, like, you know, I don't need to disclose their names, but, you know, y'all know who y'all are.
No names.
In the sense of, like, sometimes it takes them longer than the amount of time you've been fucking them. Like, that's disappointing. Like, it took you longer to get to my house than it did for us to do the deed.
Oh, like the 1 minute man.
Yes.
The 1 minute man syndrome.
Or like it's just not what you expected.
Yeah. Like sometimes the connection ain't there.
Like they don't know what they're doing.
Or
like
that.
specifically that. Or
like
they're selfish in bed.
Like the techniques ain't it.
Oh my God. It's not even about size at this point. It's the fact of like you don't even know what you're doing.
Right.
You have no idea what you're doing. And that is disappointing. Because y'all be the biggest hoes.
But a guy has to get to know a girl's body because not all girls are the same.
But even then, we're talking about just the drought in general. And sometimes what sucks about it, a drought for a woman, is that sometimes when you're not trying to do it, it's because a lot of these guys probably just don't reach you or are able to connect with you on that type of level. Because I know plenty of women that have just stood with the same type of dude just because, you know, they wasn't trying to add a body count, like,
or because it was just convenient,
like
comfortable.
Literally, like what is that? Like just because you don't want to add a body count, like what type of immaturity? You know, like but I get the sense of he knows my body and whatever, but I get that aspect of it, I really do. But it's one of those other things where it's just like
that's like settling. Like why are you settling?
Yeah, are you settling? Are you settling?
That is settling though. If you're just with someone just because like they're used to you.
Yeah.
And what else? You know what I mean? What else is there to it?
I mean,
because you have to build. You can't just because you know someone. You have to grow and build. And
yeah, but you know what? What if they know how to bust your nut? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the other thing. I feel like that's where girls, like we can sit here and be delusional as we want. Us females are known for sitting here and putting up with some nonsense just because the dick was right. And it be, you know, textbook. It be textbook perfect dick. Like textbook perfect dick.
I feel like everyone has a learning experience,
I'm talking.
Where was you?
Yo. Baby girl, start in this room.
I'm trying to figure out where you were at.
Yes, I'm speaking for my ladies. Let's talk about it.
I wasn't. Like my years wasn't action packed like that. Like I was very slow and steady and like.
Well, let me tell you something.
I didn't do nothing until I was like 18.
When your back get broken, it don't matter how old you are. When you find that one dude that is the back bender. He's a back bender. Okay? I'm talking. We don't need to continue.
No, you got it.
He's a back bender. You know what I'm saying?
What is that?
Back bender.
What is it? Explain to them what it is, because I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is either.
They'll know what it is. You ever heard of Avatar?
Of course I know Avatar.
The Last Airbender?
So The Last Airbender. That's a different Avatar.
No. Yeah, that's a different Avatar. But no. It's not actually. Fuck out of here. Nah, disrespect. We're going to get thumbs down for that.
Yo.
Because when you say Avatar, my people know exactly what the hell we talking about. Right?
I don't want no beef with the anime community.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not really anime, but whatever. We're not going to get into that. The point is, there's this character called Sokka.
Don't at me.
Yeah, don't at her. It's okay. I gotcha. There's this character named Sokka.
All right, go on, yeah.
He has no powers.
Okay.
But he gets all the bitches. Every nation he's been to.
How? Why?
Because he's just cute. He's
just that guy.
Yeah, he's the backbender.
He's just that guy.
Yeah, you know when a guy is fine.
Yeah.
You know the pussy just gets thrown. You know what I mean? He's the backbender. What else do I have to say?
The backbender.
He's a backbender.
Oh,
so some guys be backbenders.
Backbender.
Yeah.
That's one for the books right there. Backbender.
Because you know that you bend all the elements, so he bends bitches' backs.
Wow.
I have to remember to send you that. I've been on both ends, you know. I can relate, you know. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
I could relate break wise and not realizing I was taking a break.
Yeah.
I had a moment where I didn't even realize I was taking a break, but it was just because I had a lot going on.
Yeah.
I had like, family issues. I had, personal stuff that was happening. And I didn't even notice. I started just trying to heal and work on myself, and before you know it, it was like months. I'm like, damn, but I didn't feel that crazy. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, you miss it, but
Right.
but once you get past a certain point, you don't want to then mix your energy with somebody else's for no reason.
Because essentially it's about the value, like what again, there's these type of people that you literally just put up with somebody and take someone in. Like, you don't even know the type of physical energy you're inserting into,
or their baggage.
Yeah, that you're putting into yourself, and who you have sex with, I feel like has a big reflection on what it says about you.
Yeah, of course.
And me, myself, I've also been on kind of like you, not in the sense of, damn, it's been a while, but in the sense that I was like, damn, I need a break. Like,
oh yeah, not like if you realize you needed the break.
Nah, I need a break because this is not it. Like, some of y'all was not it. And you know what? It was that moment in life where I was like, this says a lot about me than it does about them. So I need to switch up the type of energy I'm inserting into myself, because that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And you know what? God bless, because it worked.
Yeah, you don't want to end up in like a endless routine of just.
And that's exactly what it is sometimes.
Going nowhere. Nowhere.
A lusting cycle. A cycle of lust.
A cycle of wasting my damn time.
Yeah, dude, because it becomes addicting. It's an addicting
don't waste
lifestyle. You love it.
I can't say this enough. Don't waste my time. It's like you can't buy it back, bro. Time is the one thing you can't get back.
But you also can't force connection.
You can't. So just keep it real. Just keep it real and it'll be good.
Dude, our generation is so big on like, oh, vibes. Oh, vibes. Oh, you don't match my vibe. You don't match my vibe. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, everybody's so quick on that, but the vibe is sex, okay?
Oh, my God.
The vibe is me liking you and tú no me jodes la vida.
Right. But
but we're sitting here about the vibe and stuff like that. When people don't just match your energy, why? Because they just disagree with you. We have to look deeper into that. Because there's some people that just do it. Meanwhile, they're in really bad situations. Yeah. And they're just doing it to escape a false reality. So we don't really think about what it really says. Because again, like I said, I was that person.
Yeah.
I was that person that was in that vicious, like, lustuous cycle, in the sense of, like, I'm not saying, oh, yeah, I was fucking everybody and everything, but I did what I want. I was in that vicious cycle of lust, in the sense of just not having sex with everybody every day. No, that's not what we was doing, but it was like, right. I'm with your brother, your best friend, your barber, your uncle, your father. I don't care, like.
Outside.
Estamos open, yo. Que lo que tú viste, yo. Yes. I wasn't open, but if I liked you, that's what that meant.
Yeah.
That's what was gonna happen.
But who do you think takes these breaks more often, men or women?
I feel like men are forced into these breaks. Forced, yeah. I think men have no choice.
Like men that don't got game?
Not game. It's the sense of...
Oh, they just...
I mean, men... Listen, a lot of girls give it up too easy, but I feel like it's still easier for a woman to get some dick. It's definitely easier for a woman. Like, if I wanted to walk outside and be like, fuck me, there'll be a line. Yeah.
So you know what they say about women? Women is like... They compare us to... What is it they say about? It's like one lock with several keys.
I don't do all of that. I don't know about all of that, but pussy sells, okay? If you pay for dick, that's a bad investment, honey. And I'm telling you that right here, right now. The more you know, put it right there.
No, I've heard a lot of men that they...
let's talk about it, okay? If you are in a drought, it makes you do some dumb shit. Because if you are doing the dumb shit, then you probably need to go in a drought. If you're paying for dick, you need a drought. If you're spending more money trying to escape, and on top of that, you're lusting and things like that, you need to go on a drought.
You need a breaky.
If you out here taking it in and you never got no money and you still live at home with your mother,
you need a breaky.
You need an achy breaky. If you got your significant other pulling up in your mama's house, stirring up the pot, achy breaky heart. Okay, you need a
break.
Afuera. You need a break. You need to reevaluate. Because I feel like a lot of people, when they have sex or like they're in that cycle, you lose your mind.
Yo, you legit lose yourself.
I call it digmatized. When a woman is digmatized.
But sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's like the lifestyle.
Nah.
Yeah.
It actually,
because think about it. You get stuck in the routine of meeting different people. You get stuck in the lifestyle. Yeah. Your sleeping schedule get messed up because everyone you meet has a different sleeping schedule. Everyone you meet has a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's not like if you're meeting like the same people over and over again.
Or they take you out, they buy you nice things, like they keep up your lifestyle. They keep that up.
Sometimes.
Sometimes on top of that. I mean,
Porque sometimes guys are just cheap. Or that's a separate topic.
Right.
But you can't be outside with no money.
You can't be fucking bitches with no money. You can't be fucking niggas with no money. How about that one? Cause I feel like people just be having sex and then be surprised when things happen and a kid shows up. Or surprised when they got an STD.
Yeah.
You've been fucking raw this whole time and you fucking everybody. What do you mean?
With no communication.
What?
No talk about
you out here getting COVID because you want to have sex with everybody. And all of a sudden, you tested positive. You got herpes, bitch. Like.
And then people are dead scared to talk about, like, are we exclusive or not? Like, are we having this fucking conversation?
That's at the end. That's like down the line.
If you're fucking raw, if you're fucking raw, you have to have that conversation.
People are scared to even ask for your results, your STD results. Are you clean?
But that's what I'm saying. Even if whoever you're sleeping with without protection, you should know if y'all are in it for real, or if y'all just fucking. You have to have that conversation. Because que tú vas just open and then they open and they open with other people. That's like un sancocho.
That's when they be like, I'm just here to see. I feel like that's the problem with why people need a drought. It's just because they're craving intimate emotional relationships.
Yeah. Or just the what do you call it? The validation.
Yeah.
Of being a guy that gets bitches.
Yeah. Or being a girl that is able to fuck other dudes as like bitches as mans. Because that is addicting too. Being able to get one up on another woman. Oh yeah. That's
being a choppy. Or being a choppy.
Oh, that's crack.
Y la choppy.
That is a crack to some of us.
¿Dónde están las chapeadoras? ¿Dónde están? Like perra. Yo, some professional choppies in Dykeman who likes to go to Dykeman. I'm just saying, Dykeman, you'll find yourself some trouble.
I'm weak. You find yourself trouble where you looking for trouble and acting for trouble and seeking trouble and behaving like trouble. Because
the choppies are in Dykeman, however.
That
I stick to that statement.
You always be calling out people.
I still stick to that statement. That statement still holds true.
I don't support this.
It's true. I can take you there myself.
I can't stand it.
I'm not taking nobody, actually. But I'll send y'all the address.
I'm done.
Or just take the one train to you know where. That station in the picture everybody uses.
DYCAK, man.
Next to 809. Cachapas. You know the whole thing. Anywho, let's pick the drought helped me out though. my unexpected drought helped me out.
Yeah,
I felt good. I didn't want no bad energy around me. I didn't want to waste my time. I didn't want to entertain nothing. Like, no, just because I have the space to do so, just because I have the freedom and the liberty to do it, doesn't mean that I need to have people all up in my space all the time.
No.
Because some people are scared to get to know themselves. Some people are scared to be by themselves. You know that?
That part.
People are scared to be alone.
Point. Yeah, dude. And
no,
you know
speak
what?
on that.
Just because you're having a drought doesn't even necessarily mean you can't have fun with
yourself.
I'm talking flick the bean.
Yo, you and this bean, bro.
Choke the chicken. Explore yourself.
Yo.
I'm not saying like, be addicted, but if there's a drought, you know what's so funny? And ironically, you showed me that show. You know exactly what show I'm talking about.
Explained?
No, not that one.
We're not
Being Mary Jane.
This. Being Mary Jane, my show, yes.
And Shorty busted a nut before she went on a date. And sometimes you need to do that before you hit a dude up, because
I think
that's why sometimes it don't even be worth it.
I think about that.
And then you waste the drought for nothing. And I feel like that's the biggest thing of why I guess we're promoting the drought. Go on a drought. Take that time. Clear your head. Like, be a little bit more stern, because you know what? You need that form of clarity, because I feel like sex it fogs up your mind. Because sometimes just because it doesn't feel like it's abusive doesn't mean it isn't.
Or it could just be a distraction from something else you got to work on.
Exactly. Because you're sitting here so focused on somebody else and making sure you're getting that gratification. Like, girl.
No, a lot of people be distracted with just being outside, just being around, getting bitches, whatever. But
pussy, working up to this.
But meanwhile, they've been wanting to buy a house for 10 years. Meanwhile, they've been wanting a car for 5 years. Meanwhile, they can't get their diploma. Like,
or
come
even
on,
then,
bro.
You get in a relationship or you get something serious from somebody that you didn't even really in reality see a realistic relationship with them.
Yeah.
And you get caught up with something serious that has to bind ya, all because of a sexual act, right?
Irresponsible sexual act.
Irresponsible sexual act. And we can't sit here and just be like, oh, pregnancy, because there's worse shit than just getting pregnant.
Yeah.
But
at the end of the day, it's someone else's life that you're responsible for.
Yeah.
And people take that very lightly.
And we don't take that into consideration. Exactly.
Very lightly.
Yeah.
Like, you could during the break, you could realize so many things that are more important than sex. Like, you'd be surprised, honestly.
And even then, who would really want to hang out with you if you weren't offering that option to them?
Exactly.
What would that mean if
that's
you weren't
when you
there
realize
with them?
That's when you realize the people that really fuck with you.
Yeah. What if like you weren't offering that option to them? Then what? Would you still be hitting me up?
Oh, sorry, I'm busy.
Yeah,
oh, like all of a sudden you can't hang out. Like, you can't have a conversation. Like, now,
yeah.
Like, now we can't have a conversation. Okay. All because you're not giving up the poom poom. That's crazy.
And even then, not even men, like people can use sex as a weapon against you. Using sex as a weapon, that is so like now. Especially if they bad or they fun. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I know people that they're not together and shit like that, but just because they wanted an urge and they were horny, they sucked them off and then they didn't get no reward at the end of it.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, sucked them off and everything. Like, she did it. But then it's like, the dude didn't follow up.
Wow.
He didn't. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, he had a certain type of commitment, not to put that person's business out there, but they had a very certain level of commitment to them that at least you should show them a little bit more respect.
Right.
Especially, like, as a woman, getting on your knees is for me, I don't know. It's a very big thing.
Bro, that's personal.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not free and willy about giving my neck out. Giving my neck out to people.
That's very much boyfriend, husband material.
Yeah. And it's like, at willy-nilly like that, and I'm not asking for nothing in return. That's a different type of, I'm talking, Tiffany Haddish and Girls Trip.
I hit the head. No,
Tiffany Haddish and Girls Trip level, sis.
Oh, messy.
With the wah, wah, wah. Not gok 5,000. I'm talking about guac 20,000. Talking the dick is coming out through the head, bro. Like, yes, like you taste dick, like you're burping dick. I'm telling you. We're talking about the travel. We're talking about other things in here. This is flag me, YouTube. I'm sorry.
This is my.
You're gonna have to put a disclaimer, sis. Thank you. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna have to put a disclaimer. The following contacts are rated R for her.
It's hard to have a response for that one. The
mature audiences only.
20,000.
Mm-hmm. Whew. The fact of the matter is, sex appeal, sex itself is a big weapon against people, and sometimes people focus it on as the whole reason to get in a relationship with someone when they should really be.
Yeah, no, it could be like it's a beautiful thing. It could be a beautiful experience with the person that you really care about. Mm-hmm. Just as I'm sure we've had our dating experiences and the good and bad sex and all that stuff. But trust me, like when you take the break, you see the good in taking the break, and then you appreciate it more when you have it with other people.
I would love this to be a poll, and this is a poll that I feel like is very telling of people. Do you only have sex? Yeah, like a poll. This is going to be a poll for you guys.
Okay, what's the poll?
So zoom in for Gray. Do you only have sexual relations with your partner under the influence?
No.
Okay. Nah. Good for you. However, I want to know if our viewers do.
It's different.
Because I feel like that is also very telling.
Yeah.
Me as a therapist, I had to sit here and ask my substance abuser groups, if they had sex only under the influence.
Only when they're like not sober.
Uh-huh. And a lot of them said, I've never had sex not sober. And I was like, that's very interesting.
You mean they've never had sex sober?
Yeah. That's telling. I feel like that says a lot.
Mm-hmm. And you're never really gonna know if the connection is really there
until you're influence. You're drugged up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's
you're over here forgetting stuff. You don't even remember like half the stuff that
you know what's so sick too,
or how you satisfied that person.
You know what's so crazy? Have you ever gone with those drought moments? I know you're gonna piss yourself off later. Have you ever had those moments where you had a connection with someone at a certain period of time, and then you gave it space because of the drought, and then unfortunately you had like a little relapse during the drought and went back to a person and it was trash, but meanwhile you thought it was a good experience? Like, have you ever had sex with someone that you thought the experience was good, and then you went your drought little period and then went back to them and then it wasn't it? Because you kind of gained a new love for yourself. I guess
yeah. Like I dated someone and then I was like, and then you try again and then it's like, no.
Because let me tell you something.
It wasn't just me. It just wasn't it.
I guess this is another story time. But I've had a moment where I went away from someone and then I had that little break of a drought because I feel like I wasn't reaching the level of sexual satisfaction that I needed in my life. So I took a break because I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, ew. Hey, y'all ain't doing it. Yeah, y'all not doing it.
Wasting time.
So, and again, dudes that had the good, it was written good on paper, but it wasn't doing it. Mm-hmm. So essentially what happened was I met someone else and I had gone that drought period and then I met them and then it was different. And then I was able to, not a lot of women are able to come to an orgasm via penetration.
No.
Yeah. So
not every guy could do that.
I was at a point in my life where I was able to accept this, and then he proved me wrong.
Ooh. It's always one.
And then something happened where it just didn't work out between us, right? Because I'm cutting the story short. And I went back to that other dude, and it was fucking terrible. It was trash. And I feel like I had hit rock bottom in my life.
More wasted time.
Yeah. I can't stand you. But it's also a learned experience. I learned my lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Please, if there's one thing you could do is learn from this.
Learn your lesson.
Because if you don't learn, again, you wasted your time.
Because it's like if they hurt you once before, then you need to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it's like, you need to be able to read the signs. Again, like, I can't read that. No, read. I can't read that. I can't read that. No, read.
Yeah.
Droughts are good. Droughts are needed.
Get to know yourself. Don't be scared to get to know yourself. Like, some people are hiding or procrastinating or delaying actual responsibilities that they gotta do just because they want to be out and about. I'm just saying.
What about when you do get that gratification? Like, what if when it's been a while and you're like, that took the spot, you know what I'm saying?
The exiting of the drought, the ending of the drought.
Yeah, totally. Like,
all right, we're gonna end the episode with the ending of the drought.
You remember in the Cinderella story where she finally kissed him and it started raining in the town?
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
That's
for my millennial.
That's such a nice feeling. Like, I feel like that's what a lot of girls like dream about, like moments like that. But yeah, that's fairy tales.
But the end of the drought.
The end of the drought, guys. When you get back in action, you want to do it the right way.
That same dude I was talking about. Because again, and this is what I'm saying. I got back. I was hooked, bro. I was hooked. He had because when you have that sexual awakening, dude, it is different.
The epiphany.
The epiphany.
The epiphany
was magnificent.
The epiphany.
It was magnificent. And I had gone through a drought where it wasn't gratifying. It wasn't giving me the gratification I needed.
No. Like when you got back into action and it was trash?
Yeah. At that point, because I went through multiple periods of droughts. Some of them were for sexual reasons, like I wasn't receiving my needs sexually. Other times I wasn't receiving my needs within relationships.
Yeah, I was
wasting her time. It was no matter of, all right, well now all you can do is give me dick. I don't want dick anymore. You know what I'm saying?
When you need more.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with wanting dick because again, like I said, when you wanted it, you were able to get it. And I was, trying to do it that way. But then when you want more than just that,
and it doesn't go anywhere, then it's
just like meh.
You need to cut it.
Meh. Yeah, it's just
you need to cut it.
So droughts are good for just multiple reasons.
I think everyone finds something in a drought because it's at the end of the day you're changing your routine. You're changing something. You're taking a break from something. So something's gonna change.
Yeah, what does it mean when
you're taking time away from doing all of that, which means eventually, naturally, your time you're gonna invest it into something else. And sex is always gonna be there. Sex will always be there.
For some people. What if you're in an involuntary? What if you're just ugly? Like I've known people that are like that.
There's people for ugly people too.
Aww, I love that. I hate myself.
Wait.
That is true. Shrek found love, and everybody loves Shrek.
And let's be honest, we've given some ugly niggas opportunities. Wasted times.
Ain't that sad? Ain't that some shit? When the pretty ones don't know what they doing because they pretty, and then the ugly ones give you the best dick.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse.
That's such a shame. Like the world is funny. Life is
There's
funny.
no excuse to have bad sex, really, because that just means you're low effort.
But then again, not everybody is for everybody else either.
Then that's the chemistry. The conexión.
Conexión.
Como dice Romeo?
Period. I don't know what he said.
What Romeo Santos say?
He's a wise man. I don't know. You tell me. Anyway.
Yeah, but everyone is gonna end it differently. I know, at least for me, I my shit ended beautifully.
Same.
Can I get it?
Then hallelujah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I feel good about this, son. I hope people can relate to what we've been saying. I feel like even with our own opinions, I feel like our stories definitely say something, because I feel like
everyone has had a break. I feel like everyone has had a break, or everyone has either needed one or unintentionally had one,
or wanted something to happen and it didn't turn out that great.
Yeah, so feel free, you guys, to let us know, you know, what you've experienced.
Definitely comment down below.
I'm sure you guys have your own stories. We're not the only ones with stories. Oh, yeah. I know you guys have your stories, too.
I love reading the comments. Let us know your craziest, like, letdown story. I would love to read that.
I encourage New Yorkers, please, because I know New York got some.
Nah, everywhere got some crazy stuff. I feel like down south,
but babe, there's no place like New York.
Down south,
we got all flavors in New York. De loco a loco.
Is that a good thing? We don't know.
All I'm saying is you can't live in New York and not have a story. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But we welcome all stories.
Nah, I want all stories
from everywhere.
Definitely.
Because I'm sure you guys have crazier stories than us.
Oh yeah, and I'm excited to. I love just being like, girl, like the
right. Yeah.
If you guys like what we've been talking about and want to see what other things we've had to say about other topics, you can definitely catch some of our previous videos on our channel. I feel like you can see the link in the description below if you want to find out more. Future Grayly got that.
That is I.
No, you're present Gray.
I'm present Gray, sorry.
You're talking about Future Gray.
Future Gray is going to have no makeup, a hoodie, and a bigger sweatpants. Just so you guys know that.
And on FaceTime with me.
Exactly.
Sipping the same with my bedhead and my greñas.
Sipping some iced coffee like a true millennial, baby. Okay. Follow us on Instagram. That's where we post all our upcoming topics. And you get to take quizzes and get to vote. So we get to actually see what kind of topics you're interested in as well. Get connected with us, and that's it. Stay tuned for the next episode.